Attention please. This uploading is only for educational purpose. No intention to infringe copyrights. Learning English with subtitles. GPITRAL. Follow us.
Part 2.
Back at A&E in Teesside, 12-year-old Adam is waiting for the results of his MRI scan. He can't believe a play fight has landed him in this much trouble.
It was like a group of us and we were just playing around and it got a bit tough. You got me in the headlock and you got a bit too tight and you kind of swung me around and I heard my neck click. I was a bit worried and I was a bit emotional. It was quite scary a bit. Quite scary.
Dr. Johnson now has the information he needs to make a diagnosis.
So we've looked at his soft tissues with the MRI scan, and we looked at the bones and the joints with the x-rays, and they're all normal, so that's really reassuring.
So you can move when I say you can move, yeah?
Okay.
All right. Feel better? Oh, he says. It's all just muscular. How does that feel?
Better.
Better?
Yeah.
Good. Now you're not strapped to the trolley and you've got a horrible hard collar on you. Yeah, that's much better. Excellent. Nice to smile as well. There we go.
Adam can go home. It's a huge relief all round that the injury wasn't as serious as first thought.
I thought the results would have been a lot more worse, but it was just a muscle, so I'll be okay for now. I'm looking forward to seeing my friends and telling them what happened here. I was all the pain he's put me through.
But the doctor advises no more lunchtime wrestling for the time being.
As far as rough and tumble play is concerned, I think the next few days he's going to be a bit too sore and a bit too stiff. After that, I don't see why not. Should be back to normal.
Because doctors had to cut away his school jumper to treat him, Adam has to go home in his hospital gown.
He walks out of the hospital with his mum.
It's a busy day in A&E. Ambulance paramedics have dropped off another schoolboy, 14-year-old Ollie, who's been injured in a football match.
Good leg, A little bit more. Good man.
Well done.
There we are.
Ollie has high hopes of becoming a professional goalkeeper, so he's praying his leg isn't too badly injured.
I was playing footy at school, and then it was like a 50-50 challenge, and then it was just a clash of shins, I think. But my shin went I had a big dent in it as well, so I don't know what's happened.
Did the other guy come in from this side or this side?
Straight on.
Straight on. Okay. And have you been able to stand up since it happened?
No,
not at all. Right.
The doctor removes the temporary splint.
Dr. Kevin Moore examines Ollie's leg to see how tender it is.
Yeah, that's all there, yeah?
He feels along Ollie's shin.
And there as well.
Obviously, there's a possibility you've got a break in your leg. I'm not going to move it around too much. We'll get an x-ray first to get an idea what's going on, OK?
Right.
Thank you.
No problem.
Just for that little bit, it'll only be a moment, but...
Still
It's just your worst nightmare. You just don't want anything to happen to your children at all. It's not the first time he's been in hospital. He's broken his leg before. He's broken his fingers. What else has he done? Dislocated fingers. Yeah. All football injuries.
Many a promising football career has been cut short by injury. If Ollie has broken his leg, as the doctor suspects, his dream of playing professionally could be shattered. Elsewhere in James Cook Hospital A&E, a patient who also has a leg injury is giving cause for concern.
Hello, Darren. Are you okay?
Darren was breathing deeply on gas and air as his wound was being cleaned, but then suddenly stopped responding to touch or speech.
Are you okay, sir? Hello, are you okay? Good. You have taken too much oxygen.
It's a relief when Darren comes to.
Good. Good. No problem, don't worry.
Darren looks up at Dr. Khan.
Good.
Went on a right journey there.
He's got a bit of exuberant with the gas in there. Let's take them all. Are you sutured?
Dr. Khan had been worried and had sent for his senior colleague, Richard Johnson.
Darren had a bit of a funny do. He effectively fainted. because of the combination of the alcohol which he's drank tonight and the gas and air that he was sucking quite hard on.
The doctors can now get on with treating the cut, but Darren is an anxious patient.
Lay back and don't look.
Oh, what are you doing now, though?
Stitching.
Are you stitching it now?
Just doing the
All
stitches.
Right.
He writhes in agony.
Take a big breath, take a big breath. Good. Lay back down, Darren. Come on. Come on, Darren, lay still.
Darren's finding it very hard to cope.
All right, Darren, all right.
And that makes things very difficult for the doctors who are trying to help him.
Don't hold your breath, Darren.
Dr. Johnson makes a decision.
Okay, you're fine, you're all right, okay? We're going to refer you to the orthopaedic surgeons because you can't obviously get you comfortable enough to do it here, okay? So you'll have to stay with us overnight and we'll get them to stitch you up. Okay?
All right?
Because of his intoxication, he was behaving quite erratically. And if somebody's thrashing around when he's trying to stitch them up, there's a significant risk of the needle going in you. So from a staff safety point of view, it's best to back off, wait till he sobers up and stitch him under better controlled conditions. He's going to go to one of the wards, wait until the alcohol wears off, and hopefully in the morning, one of the plastic surgeons will stitch him up on our behalf.
Darren is wheeled away to a ward. Ollie has been moved to radiology.
Meanwhile, 14-year-old Ollie is having his leg x-rayed after a clash of shins on the school pitch. Ollie plays for Darlington FC under 14s and dreams of becoming a professional goalkeeper.
All right, what I'll get you to do, just turn at the hip. Turn the full thing in, all together. That's it. 1, 2, 2, 1.
PE teacher James Greening runs the school football team.
He's a talented footballer, he plays for Darlington FC, so it'd be a shame for them, it'd be a loss for them if he's not playing, and it'd be a loss for the school because he plays rugby. We've got a match tomorrow and he's not there. He spends a lot of time doing his sport. Not as much time as doing his hair, I don't think, but... Yeah.
But when the X-ray results come through, it's clear that Ollie will be on the sideline for the foreseeable future.
Right, do you want the good news or the bad news?
Good first.
The good news is that your leg is broken, but it's not too bad. Okay?
Yeah, that's all right.
You've broken the tibia and about probably where that strap is there. What we're going to need to do for you is get the orthopaedic surgeons to come and see you. And they will decide whether they can manage this in a cast or whether you need an operation to put it.
Cast will do.
Speak to them and then we'll see what they think, all right?
Yeah. So I'll be able to start doing everything, yeah. Gutted really. My foot and stuff.
But there is a bright side.
His fracture was quite well aligned, so hopefully that can be left alone to heal as it is. They may want to take him to theatre and just manipulate that, move it across so that the bones are perfectly aligned in order to heal in a good position. But he should be fine.
So although Ollie thought it was all over, there's still a chance to make the big time in the beautiful game.
There are quite a few professional footballers that have had that injury and have gone back to playing full-time professional football again. Henrik Larsson, for example, a Celtic player, did a very similar injury and was playing again within the year. So yeah, he should play again.
6 days after his accident, Darren Jones is still in the James Cook University Hospital in Middlesbrough, but in a much calmer frame of mind.
Are you physio?
I'm occupational therapy.
He's had his operation, is nearly ready to go home, and he now knows how serious his injury really was.
What had happened, my leg was hanging on by a thread at each side. The bit that holds me kneecap and all your muscles that join it up your knee and helps it move in and out were on by a thread. As a result of that, the gash that was about that big, wasn't it? It's now about that big. Because I've had to open it up to look inside to see in more detail what was wrong. I just thought it was going to be stitched up back to work on Monday, end up in a splint, end up in a pot, and still here on a Thursday, following week after. Can't wait to go home.
Darren got his wish to go home that evening, but his tumble into the pub cellar has cost him over 6 weeks off work.
He leaves hospital in a wheelchair.
A few weeks later, Darlington Football Club's youth team are training, but goalkeeper Ollie is watching from the sidelines. Doctors have fixed his broken leg with a stainless steel plate, and he'll be out of action for at least 6 months.
His teammates all gather around him.
Ollie was worried his dream of becoming a professional goalkeeper one day could be over. But head coach Craig Little is optimistic about his star goalie's recovery.
Yeah, I mean, we've got full-time physiotherapists who will obviously do his rehabilitation. So we're more than confident that, you know, he'll not have any further problems. You know, the bones will knit together. He'll get all the proper rehab and hopefully, you know, be back sort of between the sticks sooner rather than later. We will look after him as a football club, and he'll be back with us next season, hopefully raring to go.
Ollie's not too concerned about the 10-inch scar from his knee to his ankle, just as long as he gets playing again.
I was surprised how big it was at first when I first saw it, because I didn't realise how big the plate was going to be. But yeah, it's not bad really, but I thought it would be a bit smaller. Won't be long, hopefully not anyway, till it's all back and I'm playing again. So I can't really wait for that. Or till start training again even or something. Can't wait.
The end.